stand, ask Mr. Jackson to lead us in our invocation, and Commissioner Kuykendall will lead us in our pledge. Mr. Jackson.
Thank you. Let's pray. Lord, we just thank you so much for another day, for a beautiful morning to be out. Lord, just thank you for all that are here. Pray, Lord, for your wisdom today as we stand before the folks of DeKalb County, before you, Lord. It will just make sound judgment calls, Lord. That would be the right thing to do for the people we serve. Pray that we'll serve you and serve our constituents with integrity, Lord. And just I pray for your very presence in all that we do. And thank you for this time we have together and this Christmas season coming up, Lord. I pray that you'll just be the center of all of our hearts. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay.
Please face the flag. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. See you, please. Again, we thank all of you for being here. We have a brief agenda for the day, but the first item on our agenda is to approve our minutes. Gentlemen, you've received them. Is there any change that needs to be made? If not, then I'll solicit the motion that we accept.
Motion to accept minutes.
Your second.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Any in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, that's rejected. Thank you. Motion carried. New business, road department maintenance update, Mr. Broad.
Good morning. Just give you a real brief update. I don't have much need to update you on. Today we are still doing the same thing, pretty much patching potholes. We're still hauling chert down into Deerhead Cove. I was up there again last week, again yesterday. The crew up there is doing a real good job with this and beginning to make some real progress. Hope to be able to maybe stay there for a couple more weeks at least and try to fix a few more places up there. We're really enjoying this dry weather. It's helping us on our road work. It's a lot easier to do it in the dry weather than in the rain. So that's about all I have. I don't have much new to update you on. If you got any questions about anything, I'll try to answer those for you.
Thank you, Mr. Broad. Any questions? Go ahead with the first name.
Well, as you know, we posted a position at the meeting, last meeting. I'd like to recommend to hire Matthew McHugh to fill this position.
Thank you, Mr. Broad. Any questions concerning that? If not, to hear a motion, we honor his request.
So moved.
Your second. Second. Motion second. Any discussion? Any in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, that's rejected. Thank you.
This position was to fill a vacancy in the District 2 crew. I'm going to transfer a guy from the unit crew down there. We're going to try training him on a grader. That's what the crew is in need of, is somebody that can operate a grader. This guy, we talked to him, he don't really have any experience much on equipment. So I think he'll come to the unit crew at Fort Payne when he starts to work hopefully next week, and we'll transfer a guy down and try training him. We're going to be transferring Josh Nail down out of the unit crew into the District 2 crew.
Thank you, Mr. Broad.
That's all I have for you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next item is engineering. Mr. Luke.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're scheduled to hold a public hearing today on the proposed vacation of a portion of an abandoned road, part of County Road 608, that was abandoned back in the early 2000s due to some roadway realignment. Just been kind of waiting on this for some time, just to kind of see if this roadbed was being used. It does not appear that it's being used for any normal purpose. The adjoining property owners have been notified. We did receive a call from one of them just asking what would happen to the bridge. There's a small bridge within this section. It's all going to be left as it is, so we're not going to take anything out. That access is still going to be there. That was the only question that they had. So I've not received any comments other than that, but I would ask that we open the floor for any comments on this.
Thank you, Mr. Luther. Anybody here with any comments concerning vacation, partial vacation of this abandoned road? Doesn't appear to be, Mr. Luther.
then I would request that the commission pass a resolution authorizing this vacation.
Do I hear a motion that we honor his request?
So moved.
Hear a second?
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? As many as favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you. Continue on with Part B.
County Road 196 road vacation. One of our meetings a couple of weeks ago, we had this item on the agenda. Mr. Westbrook and I had been discussing it, and prior to the meeting, we discussed it a little more and decided that we would hold off on presenting this at that time. I believe he has spoken to the gentleman that's requesting this, and he does want to go ahead and proceed. So all that I would do today is ask permission if the commission would like for me to go ahead and start this process.
Thank you, Mr. Luther. You hear Mr. Luther's recommendation. Mr. Westbrook, have any recommendation concerning this?
I make a motion that we let him proceed.
You hear the motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, in discussion. As many as favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you, motion carried. Item C, continue.
County Road 751 speed limit resolution. I had received a call several weeks ago from a resident along County Road 751, which is the section located between Highway 117 there at Hammondville next to the interstate up to US Highway 11. That's the section that Lee's Chapel Church is on. She's concerned about high speed through that area, people speeding. I believe she's tried to have some of the local law enforcement and state troopers to try to watch it, but of course they can't sit and watch these kind of roads all that much. But I had told them that I would look into it. I had talked to Mr. Wooten about it. He had told me to go ahead and proceed and look at it. This is a paved road and it's currently not posted, so what I would like to do, according to the law, is to set the speed limit. Of course, we'll begin at the Hammondville town limits, which is just a little bit north of 117, because state law says that county maintained roads in municipal limits, the municipalities set the speed limits. So we can't legally set the speed limit within the town of Hammondville, even though it is a county road. So starting at the Hammondville town limits, going north to US Highway 11, I would like to set that speed limit at 35 miles an hour on that paved section of roadway. And I would ask the commission pass a resolution to that effect.
Thank you, Mr. Luther. Mr. Wooten's not here today. I neglected to mention that. He had to be out of town today, but he's the one that asked for this resolution. And Mr. Luther, we thank you for looking into it. Any question about that?
I have clients that live on that road and they're constantly complaining about the speed that's being traveled. It's a,
You make a motion,
I
Dr. Bennett.
move that we present the resolution.
Your second.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Any in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you, motion
Thank you.
carried. Thank you, Mr. Luther. Revenue Commission, personnel, Mr. Rachel's here. You're not Mr. Will.
No.
I don't think so.
Mr. Brooks had a doctor's appointment, couldn't be here. We have an employee that's retiring, and we'd like to request hire of Norma Duarte as a replacement. She'll be starting as collection clerk in our office. We'll be having someone else move into that personal property slot for Beverly Pack.
Okay. You hear the recommendation, any question concerning that? If not, do you hear a motion, we honor the request.
So moved.
Here a second.
Second.
Motion second in discussion. Any in favor, let it know by saying, let all be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Sheriff's Office personnel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We would like to ask you to accept the resignation of Samuel Young. He reported us that he had found him a better paying and better hour job, so he left us last week.
Thank you, Mr. Edmondson. Any questions concerning the resignation? If not, do I hear a motion to honor the request?
So moved.
Your second.
Second.
Motion second in discussion. Any in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you, motion carries.
We would also ask that you would hire April Fowler as an LPN for the jail medical unit, jail budget, and also that you would hire Priscilla Paget as a part-time deputy. That would be to fill Deputy Matthews' position that we lost due to a car wreck a couple weeks back.
Is that all the personnel
That's all
changes?
the personnel, yes, sir.
Any questions concerning the recommendation? If not, then do I hear a motion we honor the request?
So moved.
Your second.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Minutes favored, let me know by saying aye. Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you. Go ahead with it.
I'm going to defer the camera situation to Jonathan. He knows way more about that than I do. I'll let him speak to you on that issue.
Thank you, Mr. Edmondson.
Thank you. I'd like you guys to accept the bid for the proposal from Ball Electronics for the camera repairs.
You've got a copy of that in there. The first page is the base bid at the top, and then the second page gives a description of exactly what that is for. And then also on that first page, it's got some additive alternatives on there. And within that last page, which I think incorporates those highlighted amounts, incorporates some of these items here. I feel comfortable that the items that we have here are within the bid, is items that, and there'll be other things that come up, but you'll let us know if there's anything additional beyond this.
Everything they need at this time is embodied in this bid, is that right?
Yes.
Ms. White? Thanks. Any questions concerning that, anybody? I think you all had time to look over it, and if there is any question, I'll be time to speak. If not, enter your motion on honor's request.
So moved.
Your second.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Minutes favored, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, state your objection. Thank you very much. As I said, we have a very brief agenda this morning. Thank you, Mr. Lane. And we want to wish all of you a very safe and happy holiday season. Thanksgiving is past and Christmas is rapidly approaching. And we here at the Commission office wish all of you a very happy holiday season. Above that, be safe and be cognizant of the fact that there are dangers out there on the road, and we ask the Lord's providential care on all of you. Thank you for the job you do. We appreciate it so very much, and we ask in a special way that all of you and your families be blessed in these coming days. Next month, being December, our normal routine and custom is that we have one meeting. We will meet next month on December the 12th. That'll be the regular time for our meeting, but we will not have a meeting due to the Christmas holidays the last week of December. So we want to give the press ample opportunity to understand how that we do this, and I think all of you do, but anyway, according to the open meetings law, we are notifying you of that particular change in meeting schedule. Again, we thank you for all of you that are here today. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for the expeditious way that you handle this meeting, and we appreciate all that you do. Do I hear a motion that we adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Being without objection, so thank you.